you claim that you have already left Mimi's Cafe in the early afternoon, right?
Yes.
And so,
No, I didn't say early. I said sometime in the afternoon.
but you can't tell us the time, right?
That's right.
But at 6:41 p.m., you are talking about trading cars before FHE, right?
Yes.
And family home evening starts at 7 o'clock in the evening, doesn't it?
I don't remember.
Well, you were practicing Mormon, weren't you?
Yes, sort of.
And you attended family home evenings. You were telling us about that, right?
Yes, I did.
And of all of those times that you attended, didn't they start at 7 o'clock?
I don't remember.
Isn't it true that they lasted about an hour, family home evenings?
Yes, roughly an hour.
And then at 7:19 p.m., you're sending him a text. Never mind, one of the stores I need to go to closes at 8 p.m. I'll just go tomorrow, right?
That's right.
That's evening now, right?
Yes.
You said that this incident involving the masturbatory conduct occurred in the afternoon.
It did.
So it would have happened before 7:19 p.m., right?
Yes.
And you told us, though, that no, he kept calling you and kept calling you.
I went back out to my car to get my purse and my phone, and I saw that there were some missed calls from him. Like 4. I went out and checked my voicemail, and there was a frantic voicemail from him finally, and there were more missed calls. And he said, just come over and talk to me, and that kind of thing.
And then you said you called him back, right?
I called him back finally after a while. Yes, I did.
Well, then you went over to his house, though, right?
And we agreed to meet up. I did.
And you went over and then you had sex with him.
Yes. It was sex. It was anal sex. Yes.
What time did you go over to his house?
It was in the evening.
What time?
Don't know the time.
Well, if he's going to family home evening, he's not going to be around. If it starts, assume it starts at 7. He's not going to be around at 7 o'clock, is he? If, just for hypothetically speaking, man, if family home evening starts at 7 o'clock, he's not going to be home at 7 p.m., is he?
If he went, then he wouldn't be.
I'm not asking if he went. If it starts at 7 o'clock in the evening, he would not have been home then, right?
It wouldn't necessarily mean that, because it doesn't mean that he went. But that night
Now, I'm saying hypothetically. That means assume
Okay,
that
yes.
he went to family home evening. And if it started at 7, he wouldn't have been at his house, right?
That's right.
And if he has become involved in this masturbatory conduct, why are you worried about trading cars with him?
I think he wanted to trade the car.
Man, this is not him writing that out there, is it?
I wanted to do it before FHE. He wanted to trade the car. I was driving his car, but he didn't want to drive my car to church. He wanted to take his own car. I wanted to do it before FHE. He wanted to take his own car. I wanted to do it before FHE. He wanted to take his own car. I wanted to do it before FHE.
Well, why don't we take a look at his, which is 462. This is the one that includes his responses, right?
Yes.
Take a look at it and see who's concerned about trading cars. It indicates the back and forth involving the car, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And it includes the outgoing, which is Mr. Alexander's text messages, right?
That's right.
And we were talking about exchanging cars before going to FHE, Family Home Evening, right?
Yes.
And ma'am, you did indicate something about whether or not you called them, or did you say you did or did not call him that morning?
I said I don't remember.
It could be you did not call him that morning.
It could be because I don't remember.
So at 7:20, you sent her, or sent him, a text message. Never mind, one of the stores I need to go closes at 8. I'll just go tomorrow. So that was 1 minute later. It's the same message that you sent before, correct?
That's correct.
And then Mr. Alexander sends you a text message at 7:24 p.m., right?
Right?
and he says, I got a ride from some peeps in the ward now. You can just go get it. Let me know when you made the exchange. Isn't he telling you that he went to the family home evening there?
Yes,
So he did go to the family home evening, right?
I'm assuming.
Well, there's nothing else that's indicated here other than family home evening, right?
That's right.
And family home evening, from your experience, when you were going, how long does it last?
Usually about an hour.
At 7:25, you send him a text message that appears to be in response to that one, right? Because it's 1 minute later, right?
Yes,
And you say, I'm almost asleep, we'll see, right?
right.
And what you're talking about is exchanging the car, right?
Yes,
The big concern here is exchanging the car, right?
yes. I walked in and Travis was on the bed masturbating.
Doesn't have anything to do with what you claim you saw, right?
He started grabbing at something on the bed and I realized they were papers. We're talking about the car in this text message.
Right.
And
It doesn't, and the point here is that you're talking about very pedestrian issues.
as he was grabbing the papers, one kind of went sailing off the bed and it fell in that chaotic pattern that paper falls and it,
Such as exchanging a car. You're not talking about, Travis, I saw you masturbating or anything like that, right?
it landed face up near my feet and it was a photograph. The car was not a pedestrian issue with Travis. It was a picture of a,
He's talking about, you obviously don't need it that bad. I got a ride so you could go get the car. Now you're going to sleep? That's what he tells you, right?
yes,
He's made or tried to make arrangements for you to pick up your car, right?
I don't remember which car I was driving.
Well, he didn't have a car because he got a ride with somebody else, right?
That's not why he got a ride.
And so he's without a car at family home evening or wherever it is that he went, right?
Yes,
You have a car, right?
yes.
His car, right?
I don't remember which car I was driving.
Well, it wouldn't have been his car because you wouldn't have needed to exchange his car for his car, right?
It would have been mine or his.
Right. So you're driving your car, right?
I've already said that I don't remember which car I'm driving.
There, you indicated previously that after this happened, you went home and he kept trying to call you over and over, right?
I had voicemails from him or missed calls. And I saw that there were some missed calls from him. Like 4. There was that frantic voicemail from him finally, and there were more missed calls.
It means he kept trying to call you over and over again, right?
Right.
Whether you left voicemails or whatever, he kept trying to call you, right?
Yeah, he did.
And you didn't respond to those calls, right?
Not immediately that I remember.
Well-
I was in the visitation center, the visitor
Excuse me?
center, so I had my phone volume off.
You were what?
I was at the visitor center,
What visitor center are you talking about?
the one next to the Mesa Temple.
And is that where you went after this incident happened?
That's where I ended up after driving.
Is this where you were almost asleep?
No, this was after the fact.
So now you're back at home.
Yes.
Right? And in between then and, well, in between what you say you saw
I walked in and Travis was,
and when you were home,
I got home and I was sitting in the garage door opener about half a block away so that it would be open. And I pulled right into the garage and ran inside and threw up in the bathroom.
that's when you have all these calls, right?
From the time I ran out of his house, he called.